Hello, Colleen. It's Friday, March 27th, and you're listening to the iKISD Weekly Wrap-Up, a student-produced news program from the KISD Career Center, where we bring you the top KISD stories from this week.
On today's show, 500 KISD student athletes take on a U.S. Army Basic Training Challenge, early college high school celebrates diversity, and a 43-year special education teacher earns the District Steel Award.
I'm Brandon Smith.
I'm Taiveyon Robertson. Thanks for tuning in.
The weekly wrap-up is brought to you in part by
Love building, designing, and creating? In our architecture and construction programs, you'll turn your ideas into reality while getting hands-on experience that builds your future. In the architecture program, you'll design homes, offices, and other buildings that shape the world around us. If you're more into building with your hands, in our construction technology program, you'll learn how to work with tools, materials, and blueprints, gaining real skills in carpentry, framing, and building codes. Whether you design it or build it, your future starts here at the KISD Career Center.
The buses rolled in, the doors opened, and the drill sergeants were already waiting.
Earlier this week, about 500 KISD student athletes from Chaparral, Ellison, Harker Heights, Killeen, and Shoemaker High Schools visited Fort Hood for a U.S. Army Basic Training Challenge.
From the moment they arrived, athletes were put into formation and immediately introduced to calisthenics. From there, they spent hours climbing rope ladders, scaling walls, flipping tires, and working through physical challenges side by side.
The event was created in 2017 by Sergeant First Class Leroy Betts III and a former Harker Heights strength coach. What started with one school and 100 athletes has grown to more than 1,000 participants from across the state.
KISD's Executive Director for Athletics, Letitia Williams, said Fort Hood is a huge part of the community, and exposing students to what happens there opens up opportunities they might not have considered. She said the values the Army teaches mirror exactly what coaches work to build in their athletes. Killeen
freshman Kendrick Weathers said the experience was tougher than expected, but he was grateful to be there. Ellison Jr. Aaliyah Lee said it was a little scary at first, but she appreciated the discipline and the structure.
Shoemaker sophomore Connor Smith said the challenge taught him to compete and work as a team to overcome adversity. Chaparral Jr. Gianelli Hernandez summed it up simply: keep going even when it's hard.
The U.S. Army experience continues at Fort Hood with the Career Expo open to students later this week.
70 national flags, costumes, music, food, and dance, and a gym full of students celebrating exactly who they are.
Early College High School recently hosted its 9th annual Multicultural Night, bringing together students from both KISD early college campuses for the school's largest event of the year.
This year's event was led by a newly formed Spanish National Honor Society, which took charge of organizing the full evening, from cultural dance performances and interactive games to food trucks parked outside and elaborate displays throughout the school.
The night closed with the traditional flag walk, where students in full costumes processed into the gym carrying banners representing 70 different nations.
Senior in Society Secretary Tyson Salais called it a huge celebration of who they are as a school. He said there is something beautiful about coming together to acknowledge where everyone comes from and where they are now.
Society President Priscilla Barrientos said the event is a tradition the students want to pass along. She said it makes her happy to see people stepping outside their own culture, trying a new dance, or singing in a different language.
Spanish teacher Maricruz Cardenas said students spent months planning the event from the very start of the school year. She said the Honor Society brought the community in to learn about the many countries represented at their school.
43 years, 3 countries, countless students, and she is still going.
Graciela Garcia Rosario, a special education teacher at Maudmore Wood Elementary, is this month's Steel Award winner. STEEL stands for Supporting the Education and Empowerment of Learners.
Garcia has been teaching for 43 years and is finishing her 33rd year in KISD. She began her career in Puerto Rico, continued teaching through multiple moves with her military husband, including time in Germany, and has worked at several KISD campuses over the decade.
She said her path into special education was personal. Growing up, she watched a cousin in special education gain independence over the years, and it showed her that specialized teaching was her calling.
Garcia said the rewards in her field are unique. She has seen students finish college. She has also seen students celebrate learning to speak for the first time or taking care of themselves independently. She said all of it matters equally.
Principal Amber Dibble said Garcia does whatever it takes to make sure every student has what they need. She described Garcia's classroom as a place filled with patience, respect, and joy.
Garcia said she was completely surprised by the recognition. She reminded new teachers that students are not fully defined by their special needs, and that putting your heart into the work brings more rewards than you expect.
At the end of this school year, Garcia plans to retire to spend time with her grandchildren and do service work overseas through her church. KISD is grateful for every one of those 43 years.
And that's it for your student-produced iKISD Weekly Wrap-Up. You can find these stories and more on cleanisd.org and follow our student productions on Instagram or Spotify at KCC Film Class.
We'll be back next week with the latest updates from around the district.
Until then, I'm student journalist Brandon Smith.
I'm Taiveyon Robertson. Thanks for listening.